this is our existing count interface that I built. Now as you can see, the individual accounts are actually clustered together where they get too dense. And this enables us to load a great number of counts. Now you can see this progress bar. It's actually loading, it initially loads only the last 2 years worth of counts. So that way it's nice and quick to load. And then in the background it loads up the rest of the counts. And so we can very easily just disable this filter, and you can see the massive number of counts that we have. Now let's turn that back on, and let's actually filter for a project number. And we can now turn off clustering, and we can now just select our counts and then export them to our project database, which is an Access database. Now this whole system, it's built on top of the Google Maps API with a MySQL and PHP backend, and of course a JavaScript frontend. Now as you can see, the report successfully exported to both the count database, and it also linked into it. So that's how we handle our existing counts. Now this is how we handle our actual projects, which then uses those counts. Now we can actually edit how the databases show up in our tables just by dragging and dropping. We can edit the scenario order too, and there's other options. We can edit the actual names. Now there's also a separate function, separate from the existing count management tool, where we can import city count data from Excel files that city count provides us. Now if we go here, we can import, and they're automatically all matched up together. Now that we've got our existing counts in there, we can actually dump out our volumes to an external program that we use called Synchro, and that allows us to run our synchro analysis. And when we're done working on the analysis, we run a script that I wrote, which then dumps out the synchro reports into files that this can then import just by hitting that button. Now that just imported the synchro reports into the Access database, which then we can turn around and dump out to a level of service table, which we then import into our reports that we use. And then lastly, when everything's said and done, we have a appendix generator button. Now this usually takes about 60 seconds or so to generate. That's why I've got a timer going in the corner. But the reason it takes so long is it actually, like for this project in particular, with all the different scenarios and all the different intersections, your appendix will be over 100 pages long. And so between the divider sheets and the synchro analysis sheets and the signal warrant sheets, which the database actually generates on its own, or rather this interface generates. And as you can see, it's done, and we can actually click on it to review our appendix that we just generated. And here's our divider sheet, and here's our synchro analysis sheets for all our different scenarios. And if we scroll down, these are our signal warrant sheets, which was also generated when we hit that button. And that is how our project management interface works. Thank you.